"The central table is booked for you, ma'am," Ilana said warmly. Arya looked around nervously. "Why is everyone staring at me?" Ilana smiled. "Because you're looking especially beautiful today." Most of the attention in the restaurant was drawn toward Arya. She was wearing a soft pink frock, her hair neatly tied into a bun, looking delicate and out of place, yet impossible to ignore. But she was wearing a delicate tiara, one that Vivi from the Singanya house had carefully packed for her. With it resting on her head, Arya looked no less than an angel who had descended straight from the heavens. Her beauty was impossible to ignore. Young men around her couldn't help but stare, forgetting to look away. Elena and Arya took their seats. Arya lifted the menu card and said softly, "I've never seen a restaurant this beautiful before. It's truly amazing." She scanned the menu but soon felt lost. This was her first time in such an expensive place. Inside, her thoughts raced. What should I order? Everything looks costly. I don't even have that much money. With a nervous smile, she said, "I think I forgot my wallet at home. Let's come back some other time." She started to stand up, but Elena stopped her. "I'll take care of the bill, ma'am. Please sit," Elena said firmly. Left with no choice, Arya sat back down. Elena ordered food for them, which arrived in a unique way, delivered by drones. Both of them began enjoying the meal. After a while, soft music filled the place. Meanwhile, Arya spoke to Elena, learning that she worked as a butler's daughter in the same household. Within moments, the two bonded and became good friends. Elena asked curiously, "Ma'am, you're here on your honeymoon, but you haven't gone out anywhere, and Sir isn't around either." "He went out for some important work," Arya replied. Elena's eyes lit up. "If you want, I can take you to a beautiful place nearby. It's a bit far, but you'll love it." Arya remembered Rudraksh's warning. "No, I don't want to go anywhere." But Elena kept persuading her. "Please come, ma'am, you'll really enjoy it." Arya thought to herself, "That devil won't return before night anyway. How long will I just sit alone?" Finally, she agreed and went to change. When she came out, Elena smiled. "Wow, you look stunning. Honestly, I've never seen a girl more beautiful. Being around friends will only add to your glow." Before Arya could protest, Elena dragged her along. Music played loudly as people danced freely. Watching them, Arya slowly forgot her worries and began swaying to the rhythm. For the first time in a long while, her worries faded away. Suddenly, a man approached and asked, "Can I dance with you, beautiful?" Before Elena could react, Arya accepted his hand. "Go ahead, enjoy," Elena said teasingly. Arya and the man began dancing. Others joined in, laughter and joy filling the space. Then Arya felt a sudden grip on her waist. Her heart raced. A harsh voice echoed in her ears. "Hi, sweetheart." Arya froze and turned around. Rudraksh stood there. His lips curved in a smile, but his eyes burned red with fury. Elena lowered her head respectfully. Rudraksh grabbed Arya's hand and dragged her away without saying a word. Arya's entire body trembled with fear. Arav and Vihan had come to meet Rudraksh. The moment they saw Arya, they sensed trouble. "Dude, your sister-in-law is gorgeous, but how did she end up with a beast like him?" "Something's definitely wrong," Vihan said. They followed them. Rudraksh shoved Arya into the room he had booked and locked the door. Grabbing her by the throat, he growled, "How dare you ignore me? You've grown very bold, going against me?" Arya cried loudly, struggling to free herself. He pulled her hair harshly, making her scream. Summoning all her strength, she pushed him away and tried to run. A gunshot rang out. Arya screamed and collapsed to the floor, covering her ears. The bullet missed her and struck the wall instead. Seeing her terrified state, Rudraksh smiled in satisfaction. He walked closer, tugged her hair again, and said mockingly, "What happened, sweetheart? Got scared?" He crouched near her. "Seeing this fear on your face, it gives me a strange kind of peace." Tears streamed down Arya's face. Her scalp burned with pain. Rudraksh wiped her tears with the barrel of the gun and murmured, "Your tears, your frightened face, they make you even more beautiful." His expression hardened. "But I hate your behavior. You made two mistakes today. First, you went out without my permission. Second, you touched a stranger." He grabbed her again. "Every mistake has a punishment." Before Arya could react, he slammed her against the wall. She screamed at the top of her lungs. She struggled to her feet. A thin line of blood had appeared on her forehead. She touched it with trembling fingers, then grabbed hold of him and broke down, crying uncontrollably. Rudraksh pushed her hands away coldly. "You hate me so much," he said calmly, "yet this little mark of blood on your fair face only makes you look more radiant." Arya screamed in despair. "Why don't you just kill me? Why don't you free me from this pain?" Rudraksh smiled, almost peacefully. "Because seeing you like this gives me relief," he replied. "You came into my life on your own, yes, and you'll leave when I get tired of you. But right now, I want to play with you. I'm enjoying myself." He leaned closer. "And for now, I have a surprise for you." Fear tightened Arya's chest. He dragged her into the car, slammed the door shut, and sped off at full force. Arya's eyes widened in terror as the speed increased. She clutched the seat tightly. Suddenly, she noticed a truck approaching from the opposite side. Rudraksh turned the car straight toward it. Arya shut her eyes and screamed, folding her hands. "No, please!" At the very last second, Rudraksh swerved sharply and stopped the car a short distance away. Arya gasped for breath, her body drenched in sweat. Slowly, she lifted her head and realized she was alive. Rudraksh laughed softly. "What happened, sweetheart? Just a moment ago you were talking so bravely about dying, and now you're terrified?" Arya snapped, her voice shaking with rage. "Yes, because of you. You're a psycho." Rudraksh's fist clenched. His eyes turned red as he slapped her hard. "You're right. I am mad, but you haven't even seen my madness yet." He restarted the car. Soon they reached the house. Rudraksh dragged Arya behind the building. There, she saw Alana and the man she had danced with, both tied up. Her eyes widened in horror. Rudraksh looked at her and smiled. "So, how did you like the surprise, sweetheart?" Arya trembled. "Why did you tie them up? Please, let them go." Grinding his jaw, Rudraksh replied, "Feeling sympathy? I don't like that. That girl took you out without my permission, and this bastard touched you." He grabbed her again. "Every mistake has a punishment." Before Arya could react, he slammed her against the wall. She screamed at the top of her lungs. He picked up a hockey stick lying nearby and struck the man across the face. Arya and Ilana screamed. The man collapsed to the ground, blood pouring from his mouth, his front teeth scattering on the floor. Arya fell to her knees, crying uncontrollably. Arav and Vahan had followed them. Both stood frozen, watching the scene in shock. Arav whispered painfully, "How did we forget? This man has no heart. He's a complete devil." Vahan added quietly, "How will that poor girl survive this?" Ilana sobbed, folding her hands. "Please forgive me, sir. I didn't know you didn't like Madam going out. I made a mistake. Please let me go." Arya crawled forward and clutched Rudraksh's feet. "Please let them go. It's not their fault. Punish me instead." Rudraksh lifted her chin. "As you wish, sweetheart." He placed a gun in her hand. "Shoot him." Arya froze in shock. "You have two choices," Rudraksh said softly. "Either kill them quickly or I torture them to death." "I can't," Arya cried. Rudraksh gestured to his men. "Take the girl. Do whatever you want." Arya and Ilana screamed in horror. Ilana begged Arya to save her as the guards dragged her away. "Stop!" Arya cried, raising the gun toward the man. Rudraksh whispered near her ear while screams echoed around her. Suddenly, Rudraksh fired a shot himself. Arya flinched violently and dropped the gun. It slipped from her hand like a broken kite falling to the ground. Someone had just been killed because of her. Rudraksh stepped closer, kissed her cheek, and said, "Nice shot, sweetheart." Arya stared at him with pure hatred. "You're not human. You're a monster. Do you even have a heart? No, that's why you killed him. Then why don't you kill me too? You kill me every day." Her voice broke. "You tear me apart like an animal. You laugh after marrying me. You enjoy everything, don't you?" She looked straight into his eyes. "Say no. I dare you." Arya was burning with rage at that shameless man. Her hatred exploded. She slapped Rudraksh hard across the cheek and screamed, "I hate you, Rudraksh Singanya. I hate you." Seeing Rudraksh get slapped, Arav and Vahan froze in shock. Fear crept into their hearts for Arya. Rudraksh's eyes turned red with fury. This was the first time anyone had dared to raise a hand against him. His ego was shattered. The garden fell silent for a moment, an eerie calm before the storm. Rudraksh laughed darkly. "So, now you'll hate me," he said coldly. "Fine, then be ready to face the consequences." Arya's heart pounded. Fear wrapped around her like chains, yet she clenched her fists, trying not to break. "Rudraksh, please don't do anything," Arav pleaded. "Whatever she did was out of panic," Vahan added nervously. "You'll regret acting in anger." Rudraksh turned slowly and looked at them. "Leave," he said quietly. Arav and Vahan glanced at Arya helplessly before walking away, knowing they were powerless. The moment they left, Rudraksh grabbed Arya and dragged her inside the house. She screamed, struggling, but every attempt to escape failed. Inside the room, he shoved her aside. Arya hit the wall, her head striking hard. Darkness swallowed her as she lost consciousness. When Arya awoke, she was coughing. Her body felt heavy. She realized she was tied to a chair. The room was dark, thick with cigarette smoke. "Rudraksh?" she whispered, terrified. The lights suddenly turned on. Arya screamed. A lifeless body hung in front of her. The ticking clock echoed loudly, each second striking her heart like a hammer. Another light revealed a blood-stained dress lying on the floor. She recognized it. "No, Elena!" Arya broke down. "You killed her too! Please let me go!" A slow clap echoed through the room. "You're smarter than I thought, sweetheart," Rudraksh said, sitting calmly on the sofa, a satisfied smile on his face. Arya trembled as fear crawled through her veins. "What do you get by hurting people?" she cried. Rudraksh leaned back, watching her pain with disturbing pleasure. "From today," he said coldly, "you will live with the consequences of defying me." Arya's strength gave out. Her vision blurred, and once again darkness claimed her. Rudraksh sighed softly. "This girl, always fainting," he muttered as he lifted her carefully and laid her down. He glanced at the hand where he had been resting earlier. The skin there was already scorched. Gently, he lowered his lips to that spot and pressed a soft kiss, lingering there for a moment. After that, he brought out the first aid box, cleaned the wound with antiseptic, and dressed it carefully. Once he was done, he lay down beside her. Sometime later, Arya regained consciousness. She found herself lying on a bed. A sharp pain throbbed through her head because of the injury. Her eyes kept opening and closing as she stared blankly at the ceiling. Suddenly, a strange crawling sensation spread across her body. When she looked down in panic, fear seized her completely and a scream tore from her throat. Right above her, rats were moving around. Terrified, she tried to get up, but her body wouldn't respond. Her hands and legs were tied. Her breath caught in her chest as she looked around the room. Her eyes widened in horror. Rats were everywhere. She screamed for help at the top of her lungs. "Help me! Please, someone save me! I'm scared!" The rats crept closer, some moving toward her face. Arya began shaking violently, sobbing uncontrollably. She started shouting Rudraksh's name again and again. Just then, the television switched on. Rudraksh appeared on the screen. His voice echoed through the room. "You called me, sweetheart? Why? You hate me so much, don't you? Then why do you remember me now?" Arya cried desperately. "Please, please forgive me. Let me go. I'm terrified of rats. Please." "I know," Rudraksh replied calmly, then laughed. "That's exactly why I left you with them. But honestly, this doesn't look good on you at all. You seem more frightened of these tiny creatures than me. You've disappointed me." "Please, don't do this," Arya begged, her voice breaking. "For God's sake, let me go." His tone turned colder. "I don't like this side of you. You never think about me. This is your punishment so that you never dare to repeat your mistake. Be thankful. You raised your hand against me, and yet your hands are still attached to your body." He continued mockingly. "Since you seem to like these rats so much, stay with them." "No, please don't," Arya sobbed. "I'll do whatever you say. I'll agree to everything. Just don't leave me here." "Fine," Rudraksh said. "But for that, you'll need to sign something."